Today's Sunshine Note is titled, War Heroes Now and Then. Be strong and let us fight bravely for our people and the cities of our God. The Lord will do what is good in his sight. 1 Chronicles 19:13. Desmond Doss is one of my favorite war heroes. A Seventh-day Adventist, he served as a medic during World War II. Because he refused to carry a weapon or to work on the Sabbath, he was ridiculed by everyone around him. Soldiers treated him terribly, but he stood firm. One fateful day, the Americans invaded Okinawa, and the Japanese were waiting for them. The only possible access was up the side of a steep cliff, and the Japanese stood at the top and fired down, killing hundreds. But when others turned and ran out, Desmond ran in. Under heavy fire, he returned repeatedly to the cliff to rescue wounded soldiers, some of them the very men that had treated him so badly. At the risk of his own life, he lowered them down the cliff with ropes, saving the lives of more than 75 men, though he almost lost his in the process. Not only was he fearless, he entrusted his life to the Lord. Whether he lived or died was in God's hands. He simply continued to do what was right in his heart, no matter the personal cost. He knew that God would take care of him if he saw fit, and sure enough, Doss lived to be an old man. When the Chronicles retell the stories of David's battles for the exiles to remember, Joab stands out from the crowd the same way Doss did thousands of years later. Joab was the commander-in-chief of David's army, the rank that David offered to the first man who would lead the attack on the Jebusites in Jerusalem. Chronicles is a war buff's dream, filled with war and battle stories, and Joab appears in most of them. He is always leading the Israelites to win another battle. He wasn't perfect, and not every decision he made was right. But I like what he said during the battle against the Ammonites. He wasn't sure if they could win it, but he made this statement of faith: the Lord will do what is good in his sight. Like Doss, he was determined to go into battle, and he left his life in the hands of the Lord. That day he more than won the fight. Do you trust that God will do what is good in his sight now? Would you entrust your life to God for the sake of doing what's right? You may not be on a battlefield, but don't forget that a fight exists each and every moment for your soul. You are part of a supernatural war called the Great Controversy, in which the strength of the warriors lies only in their trust in Jesus. May God bless you today.